The following video features depictions of distressing medical situations and is a departure from your regularly scheduled content. There's a bit of a sensitive subject, a call to action, and just a wee pinch of e-begging. I thank you for indulging me as we take a brief respite from my usual content to bring you this important message from me to you. Hello everyone, it's your favorite bard, Korak the Bard. If we haven't yet been acquainted, I'm the founder of the YouTube channel Atheism 101, the co-host of the Ready to Rumble podcast, all the voices of the Thieves Guild, and I like to regularly break into song.
Cut that out! Cut that out!
Now's not the time. Maybe later. I often spend my time appearing to you as a sea otter, a blonde bearded man, and an angry demon, among other things, where I satirize and parody religious and political topics as well as have the occasional debate with your average theist. But today I come to you as a man celebrating his fifth heart attack. Why do I say celebrating? Because I had 5 heart attacks and I survived 5 heart attacks. And I'd say that's worth celebrating. A lot of people are one and done, for better or worse, but my addictive personality apparently just can't get enough of this stuff. This is the first heart attack I've had since launching my YouTube channel, and I figure if we live in a day and age where vile people can be rewarded just for being terrible, maybe I can tap into the old algorithm to petition humanitarians to back my cause. We'll see. I regularly debate and oppose people like this, and I'm assuming most decent folks don't want this kind of hatred and aggressive ignorance in their life. Anywho's here's the Bard's heart history and the reason this video got made in the first place. In 2013, I was running my small business when I had my first 2 heart attacks. And I say first 2 because they came one right on top of the other. The first one, a ventricular tachycardia, better known as its nickname, the Widowmaker, hit me while I was fortunately already in the hospital because my heart had been acting up for a while before that. So instantly, dozens of people were in my hospital room fixing me up and keeping me from being dead for too long. Because I could have been in the hospital waiting room when the VTAC had struck, and that would have been the end of the Bard. As soon as the doctors got me stabilized, within just a couple of minutes, another VTAC struck. And once again, the excellent medical staff managed to bring me back from the brink. These events led me to being incapacitated for rather a long time. I had to learn how to walk again, and I lost some of the use of my left arm. I closed down my business, recovered my strength, and started teaching. Which brings us to heart attack number 3. My third heart attack struck while I was studying to get my teaching degree, so I had to put that on hold. By the time I got to the hospital, the doctors were like, "Yep, you had a heart attack. Spend the night here for observation and then go home and sleep it off." My fourth heart attack hit me when I was exercising on a treadmill, but fortunately my pacemaker zapped me back into the land of the living. And if you're wondering what getting shocked by a pacemaker feels like, I'll put it this way. One moment I was on the treadmill, the next moment I was not on the treadmill. I have no idea what happened between points A and B, and it took me a minute to piece it all together. It was the metallic taste in my mouth that clued me into the fact that I'd just been zapped and saved by the machine I'd been lugging around in my chest for the past several years. Which brings us into the present with heart attack number 5. I was literally doing nothing. Just hanging out, playing online trivia with some friends, when out of nowhere, apropos of nothing, my heart rate shot up to somewhere between Roadrunner and Sonic the Hedgehog speeds. Fortunately, even living among the remote mountains of Costa Rica, they have some excellent health care, and the good doctors were able to patch me up and send me home. I'm telling you all of this because recent events have made it very difficult for me to maintain my current position as an English teacher. I still need some extensive follow-up with my local doctors here, and potentially another heart surgery, which, like my heart attacks, will be my 5th one. We live in a day and age where if you're fascist, you can literally make 40 grand overnight. If you're racist against a child, you make $500,000. And if you're a professional racist, fascist warmonger, you make millions per year, and it doesn't matter if you're paid in rubles.
What do Tim Pool, Dave Rubin, and Benny Johnson have in common?
Russia.
Yup, and I wasn't even going to tell you.
That's not the world I want to live in. I want to live in a world where if someone does you a solid, you pay it forward. You care about humanity. You care about whether or not someone's needlessly suffering. You care about the meaning and value of words and whether someone is kind. So if truly vile human beings like this can raise a bunch of money by doing nothing but being awful, I'm hoping that maybe there's enough humanity and goodwill left in the world to fund the antithesis of that. As a bard, I'm duty-bound to uphold the 4 pillars of Bohemia: truth, beauty, freedom, and love. I'd love to live in a world where instead of racing to the bottom to see just how much of our humanity we can strip away for clicks, we cheer on kindness, generosity, and equality. I try to engage with my friends and fans on a personal level, and when things are going great, they get treated to some amazing footage of the beautiful place where I live in Costa Rica. So when things aren't so great, I feel it's only fair to keep everyone apprised of the situation. If that last heart attack turned out to be the big one and there were no more Bard, well, I hope I've left a legacy of informative and entertaining content for you to pore over and realize only too late that your favorite Bard, much like Vincent van Gogh and other great artists, was not properly appreciated in his own time. Such is the life of the true, starving Bohemian artist. Any weasel, I hate having to ask for help, not because there's a stigma attached to it, but because it reminds me that if we truly lived in an equitable society, those who asked for help would receive it, so that people like me wouldn't have to beg strangers on the internet.
Strangers on the internet, they're lining up to see your favorite part performing now. Come on along with me, we hold hands together like one big family.
Told you I regularly break into song, but I firmly believe that if everyone knew they could get help when they needed it, I think we'd be a better society as a whole. My situation is quickly leaving worrying and barreling straight into dire when it comes to affording the basics just to get back on my feet. I need to be able to afford my medical care as well as buy some time to get myself stabilized and start teaching again. If you can help me out monetarily, this Bard is eternally grateful and will sing your praises all the way to the gates of Valhalla. If you can't help me out financially but still wish to support my efforts, you can always tune into my YouTube channel, as watching, liking, subscribing, etc. is a big help in growing the channel and getting more eyes on my content, which can lead to me being able to draw an income from my love of producing quality anti-theist content for you and yours. And as always, if you subscribe to my Patreon, you'll get yourself a theme song written by yours truly. So I'm hoping that people who care about humanity can help me raise more money than someone who's literally a fascist and works towards taking away the rights of others. Well, that's my tale. I'm a magnet for heart attacks, and I could use some help getting back on my feet. Thanks for watching, and major thanks for contributing. I'll be sure to keep you apprised of my progress. Hope to see you all further on down the trail. As always, this is your favorite Bard, Korak the Bard, singing off.
Strangers on the internet, they're lining up to see your favorite part performing now. Come on along with me, we hold hands together like one big family. Strangers on the internet, I'm gonna sing your praise from this minute until my final dying day. But until then, we're gonna dance and sing in the moonshine.